All right, man. Okay. Welcome to our builders call. That was a jam and activity call with Mike and Noel. Always fired up that they're in my group. Always fired up about that. That's pretty cool. You know, I've had this ongoing discussion with Patrick Connors, one of my top managers, and you know, it's kind of like, do you make them or you find them? Do you make the producers or do you find the producers and the builders? And we always kind of think of that concept as a either or. You know, it's kind of nature versus nurture concept. And so I don't know if there's a conclusion to that or not, or you know, we've come to a conclusive idea. You know, when you think about finding, you know, people that produce and want to build, I think it's a combination of both. Finding people that have a disposition of wanting to do something with this thing, or helping people realize what we have our hands on as far as the alliance opportunity, and getting them to realize what can they do to take advantage of it, take advantage of all the things that we have to do in it. So a lot of times I always like to you know, maybe break down, you know, the things that we have as part of our business that make our business really work, and things that, you know, we all need to take advantage of. I need to take advantage of more. Like, I need to get my AHIP done because I want to be able to help agents with their Medicare Advantage, you know, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage. The only way to sell Medicare Advantage is to go through the AHIP training process. And I've just been so engaged in all the things I'm doing with helping make the LEAD program better for you, and working on the recruiting program, you know. But I think we can't take our eye off the ball of what, you know, what it makes our opportunity unique, that other programs do not have at all, not even come in close. All right. So, so it's always a good thing to help remind you and remind me of what we have our hands on, and help understand, you know, the business model for what it is. Okay, and I'm not going to go through numbers as much as, you know, kind of outlining the opportunity. It's kind of like when you evaluate a franchise business or any other business, you want to look at all the components that can make it successful for the business owner. Okay, so when you look at what we package, you know, we first, what do? We sell life insurance. Okay, we sell insurance. Okay, like a McDonald's, they sell burgers, fries, and shakes. That's what they sell. They know the core of their business, right? Burgers, fries, and shakes, fast food. You know, make no mistake, they understand what they do and what they do well. So let's understand what we do. The very core of our business is moving product, helping producers make money selling product to people, right? And so how do we sell insurance, right? We have a LEAD program to identify the market. Then we have product, okay? And it's a matter of hooking a clients to products, right? And this how part, this conversion part, is how to sell. How do we sell the product to the client, to the lead, right? And this is very basic stuff, right? So the McDonald's model is they have a franchise brick and mortar location, and then they have advertising to bring people to their location, right? To bring people to the McDonald's. They have advertising on TV, wherever, to bring people to their location, right? They have they participate in fundraisers, that kind of thing. So they provide the business owner that buys the McDonald's franchise marketing and advertising to draw people to their business. Then they teach them how to put the burgers, fries, and shakes together, the product, They teach them how to put it together in order to sell and make it happen. And it's a very duplicatable process. I mean, you don't have to stray too far from the McDonald's business model with our model, okay? So how we attract people is our lead program. We've got all kinds of leads, direct mail leads, social media leads, you know, whatever, all kinds of lead programs to include warm market, referrals, okay? So many ways to do it. How we sell is our sales system, you know, that involves how to call them on the phone, how to run the appointment, how to get referrals, which leads, and then all the other products. Okay, what do I mean by all the other products? Well, besides, you know, whole life insurance and term life and index universal life, right, and guaranteed issue whole life, you know, kind of the core of the things that we sell to people, okay, which, you know, encompasses all the types of life insurance out there. Then we have the other products like hospital indemnity, Medicare Advantage and supplement, right, disability, long-term care, cancer, stroke, heart attack policies, okay? Then we have retirement planning with annuities. Then we also have index universal life for tax-free retirement. So we really can, we're not financial planners, but we're retirement planners. We help people augment their retirement with whatever they're doing with market-based products. We have index-based products, right, which are the key to safety, okay, and growth. They will have growth. When you look at this, this is not a small thing. This is a huge thing when you think about the product that we can offer to all these people out here on the LEAD program. And then we give you a system to sell it, okay? And so when you think about all this, you know, we got people, you know, doing $40,000 a month in sales, 40,000. They're doing 10,000 a week. And the key is they're taking advantage of all the leads. They're doing referrals, direct mail, social media. They're implementing a tried and true sales system, and then applying the product, and then this is where they make big money selling, okay? So we have people doing this, okay? And then, well, let me add another thing, is schedule. How to schedule your sales activities. Okay, so the schedule thing is a huge thing. It's not a small thing, it's a huge thing. When you put yourself into a disciplined program, right? This is like, you know, dial on Mondays and Thursdays. You run, if I can spell, you run on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, okay? That's the full-timers program. That's 40 appointments a week. And we got people doing it, and we got people making a lot of money. You know, Megan Wood, you know, she's on track. She just hit the 120% commission rate level last month. And talk about how much money she's going to make towards the end of the year. She's already at about 250. And at the 120 contract, yeah, she'll be over 300,000 by the end of the year, which is pretty amazing when you think about it, okay? So when you look at the advantage of our system on selling insurance, I mean, what more do you want? This is rocking, okay? And then we have a promotion system, right, to help you go from 55 or 85, depending on your experience, to 120. So you got a promotion system that you can get to the 120, you know, contract level, which is the top contract level, purely on production, you know, which people have been able to do. So this here is such a great income opportunity for someone who's never sold insurance before. We teach them how to do this. We teach them how to take advantage of our LEAD program, to get people to sell to, our sales system, the phone script, how to run an appointment, how to get referrals, then how to set themselves up for the other products, and then the product line. 16 carriers for life and annuities, 10 different health carriers for all these other companies here, right? So I don't know that you can find a system that can give you all this in such a rich way. And then the support behind it with training for all this. We train on product, we train on how to, we train on how to obtain leads, okay? So when you look at the package for a salesperson, a producer, this program is like no other out there in that how it's packaged, the culture that we've created to support this. I don't know that you can find anything better than this in what we do, okay? All right, so that's on the sales side. So this is the McDonald's system, right? They're marketing to bring people into their store. The training on how to put together the burgers, fries, and shakes, which is the product, sourcing the product, which they already have the commissaries for out there to supply the McDonald's, and then how to treat clients, how to create the environment in the store. It could be McDonald's, it could be Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has a culture. They make no bones about being a Christian organization. They don't work on Sundays. So their model's different. They don't work on Sundays, but they're open up the other 6 days of the week. Okay, again, so the question for you and for me is, does this part work? Is this viable to help someone get in our business and make a meaningful income to whatever level they want, even if it's 100 grand on a part-time basis, 50 grand on a part-time basis outside of what they're doing full-time, they can do that, right? Anyone who applies themselves can do it. We give them the training, we teach them how to get their license, they get their license, we put them in the system, they can take advantage of all this. It's theirs to run with it, okay? It's their own entrepreneurial opportunity that they have to treat like an employee. Okay, that's the thing. You gotta treat this like it's your job and act like you're gonna be fired if you don't do your job, okay? That probably tends to be sort of that schedule idea, okay? So this here on a silver platter is our business. This is how we make money, okay? Because no one makes money just by hiring people. People make money by selling insurance and life insurance and annuities and all the health stuff as well. So that's the sales side, okay? So here's the Ray Kroc side of the McDonald's franchising model, right? So this is the building the business side. Okay, so when you bring someone in the business, right? This is you. You bring someone in the business, an agent, we plug the agent into the sales system. The system to produce, okay? Which is what? Leads, sales training, and product. Okay, leads, sales training, and product. This is the system that they plug into. And then money comes back to them, money comes back to you as a manager. And so you are Ray Kroc. Make no mistake. And you set up another franchise, that's an agent, okay? You set up another franchise, that's an agent. You're gonna get what they call, in this franchising business, the royalties come back to you. Another agent. See how this works? This is how you time compound. You set up another agent. Okay, you see how simple this is? You set up another agent. So your business, you're in the business of selling life insurance and annuities, we're selling burgers, fries, and shakes in the McDonald's model, okay? But you're in the franchising business. When you build your franchises, your agents that you bring on board, your team that take advantage of the sales system and then returns income to you, and they receive income themselves, all right? It's not like they're paying it to you. You're getting an override on their production. So it's no different. And the more you leverage this opportunity of building people that are selling, the more opportunity you have for yourself and your family. By the way, you're also selling insurance too. Okay, you're also going out there and helping people. And you are inspiring them because you're doing it yourself at whatever level. And then they can take advantage of it at whatever level they want to take advantage of this incredible system. So when you think about it, it's a house of cards, right? If this part doesn't work, then none of this makes sense. This part is working. We know it's working. We know it's viable. We know that you are taking advantage of a system that creates income as a producer, but are you taking advantage of the building side? Because the building side is where the long-term income comes in. The building side is where you can go partner by creating value. The value of your business is not only just you producing, but you creating a business team around you. This is incredible. This is really an incredible opportunity. And then you have a promotion guideline system, okay, that for people that produce, if you find a few people, we have a producer building system, then we have, more of a builder's promotion system. Okay, so this is the high producer mode, right? And the builders is just finding high recruits, high numbers of recruits. Okay, either way, they're both equal. And it's great to have a system like this. We also have a system that we call the glow bonus, where you're at an 85%, you bring someone on who hits the 85%, you're going to make an 8% on them. They move up to the 110%, okay, you're going to still make an 8% on them. See how great that is? They pass you. Once you get to 85, everyone you bring that hits 85 passes you, you get a glow bonus. There are no systems that are out there. The other systems out there that attempt to do it they bonus it based on how much they like you. It's based on the upline, seeing if you're working. Okay, it's based purely on subjective judgment, and not objective like this. And there's no opportunity out there that does the way that we do. The other thing too is you get override on renewals. So on your agent's renewals, you're going to get an override. Renewals. You get the override on the renewals too. Is that cool? So our system really provides you a very comprehensive system, a program by which you can build a long-term business because you have an infrastructure and culture that puts this in place. Does anyone doubt the McDonald's infrastructure? They've got the training in a university, how to teach their franchisors how to run a McDonald's, right? They have the commissary, the burgers, fries, and shakes, all the food, so that it's consistent quality. Okay, they've got the marketing. I mean, you watch TV, right? You're going to see McDonald's marketing commercials all over the place, right? So when you look at tapping into McDonald's system, you know what you're getting. You know that you can be a millionaire in there if you own a McDonald's and run it the way that they teach you. Likewise here, we can teach you how to make 500 grand a year if that's what you want, $1 million a year if that's what you want. We have a program for you to be able to tap into that, which is like how many people have that at their disposal when they're working in a job. No one's going to teach you how to get to the president's position, right? The president's not going to teach you how to get to where he's got or where she's got. So, oh man, my allergies. Anyway, so when you look at the sales system and the recruiting system to build, this is where it's at, man. This is your future if you choose to accept it. And it's just a matter of putting the business in and doing what you need to do, okay? And getting to the different levels and moving up. But it starts with, number one, do you believe this can work for you? That's one thing about this thing, is it's all based on your belief. Do you believe? Do you believe it? So there's different levels of belief. You know, do you believe, you know, your question is, does the business model work? Okay. And if the answer is yes, I mean, you see successful McDonald's franchises all over the country, nearly at every exit off a major highway. To me, it looks like it's working pretty good. The McDonald's business is not going down anytime soon. So the next level of belief, and probably the most important one, does this business model work? Okay. Will it work for me? That's the next thing. Will it work for me? So does the business model work? And then will the model work for me? And that's the answer that you have to decide on your own. You have to decide whether you want to jump in with both feet. You know, because one thing about the McDonald's business is there's no option to go halfway with it. You can't like sell McDonald's burgers and then decide, I'm going to start a new menu item called the Big Alex. Okay, we're going to have the Big Alex burger. You can't. The beauty about the McDonald's business is the consistency of the food and the system. You know what to expect, whether you're going to McDonald's in Egypt, which I've done, or McDonald's in Toledo, Ohio. The burger quality is the same. It's exactly the same. The fries are that beautiful. I don't know anyone who does better fries than McDonald's. You know, I tell you, they probably put a little cocaine in there. You know, they probably, they come with some kind of addictive quality to it, because hot McDonald's fries rock. Okay. You don't mess around with the system. It's got to be what? There's three things that a franchise system has to be. It's got to be learnable, teachable, and duplicatable. Duplicatable. I don't know if there's an E there or not. It's got to be learnable, teachable, duplicatable. LTD is what we call that. Learnable, teachable, duplicatable. Can you learn this? Yes, you have the capacity to learn this. Anyone can do this. Anyone can learn it. It's a skill, knowledge and skill. So all the business is knowledge plus skill, okay, plus work. And the work part is one people want to do something easy. This ain't easy, man. It takes work, okay, but it's worth it. It's work that's worth it. And we're going to give you the knowledge. We have everything in NA University and all our webinars and Zoom calls, and we're going to help you, coach you through the skill, because as you start implementing the knowledge, calling leads and getting better at it, we're going to coach you. I'm going to coach you. The whole system will coach you on how to get better and better. What you got to do, this is you part, you got to supply the work. You can't steer a parked car, right? But the work is what you got to put in. So in order for this to duplicate, will it work for you? As long as we have a system that's learnable, teachable, duplicatable, which is what we've done, right? We've made everything duplicatable. You can do exactly what Megan Wood does if you duplicate everything she's doing, okay? It goes for anybody that's successful in the business. You know, every manager, as long as you're doing what they're doing, taking advantage of our system, it's learnable, teachable, duplicatable. So will it work for you? Absolutely, it will work for you. Absolutely. You just have to take advantage of what we have available to train you, you know. Well, I got these other things. I've got, you know, and this is your world, right? You've got these other things that you're doing, okay? All these other things that you're doing. And then you have the world affecting you, right? That are impinging on you, the election, all kinds of other things that, you know, that you are dealing with that are competing for your time and attention and mental energy, right? If you believe this thing can work for you in the manner that it should, the way that it's worked for other people, then what you got to do is you got to start cutting out the bad influences in your life, right? You got to reduce some of the things you're doing, man. Okay? You have to reduce to where you can totally focus on this, where you can focus on this. Now, I'm not telling you not to be a good father to your kids, a good husband to your wife, right? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying that this is part of your bigger goal of helping provide for your family, right? You know, because you're not going to be spending 124 hours a day with your family because that's how you love your family, want to be with them. That's not feasible, right? You got to go out there and you got to bring the bread in, man. You got to put the bread on the table. That's what your spouse expects of you, you know, to be the provider for your family, okay? And so when you look at all the distractions around you, can you control your focus on the things that will get you closer to your objective of being financially free, being totally independent of other people, that you can have a viable business, regardless of the environment, the economics, whether we have a pandemic or not, that you have a viable business to create income, all right? That is what I'm talking about, that you have a viable business to create income. And that's part of overall what you're doing for your family. I believe it is. Now, if you believe it will work for you, then, and you say, okay, Alex, I believe this will work. I'm committed. I'm committed. All right, let's jump on the train, baby. Because if you're committed, this is what you got to work on, right? We got to get leads in your hands. You got to start dialing the phone. Okay, you got to start booking appointments. You got to start selling insurance. Okay, and then we're going to teach you to recruit, build your business. Okay, find other people to take advantage of this, of the system. Does that make sense? I know I'm probably being very simplistic here, but I really want you to understand the model that you have in front of you, the model that is an awesome one. If you decide to step into it and jump in 100%, okay? Even if you have a job, you can still jump in 100%. If you have a job that's bringing the money in, but it's mentally committing. Like when I got in this thing, I mentally committed and I backed it up with my action, right? All I know is what you do. All I see is what you do. I can hear you all day saying, I'm committed. But how come you got blanked out and turning in applications? I thought you were committed. Well, I mean, I am committed, but, yeah, there we go. It's the but part. I'm committed, but I've got this going on, that going on. All right. Okay, that's cool. God bless you, man. Call me when you're ready to be committed. Because right now I just hear it, but I don't see it. Okay. You know, like when you get blanked out every week, that doesn't bode well. I don't think about you. Now, this is a system that is a meritocracy, right? You earned the ability to have your upline invest in you, and I'll put some money into people because they are in motion. They're working, and I'm putting money into people. And if you're not a recipient of that, Guess what? It's because I don't see any effort. I don't see any effort. I've been putting thousands of dollars into other people. Why not you? Okay, well, there's a reason, okay? And if you want to know the reason, you don't have to ask me. You don't have to ask me if I have bought you or augmented your lead order with a bunch of extra leads, leads. There's a reason. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not getting anything from you, right? I want to put wood where there's fire. There's no fire. Why should I put wood in your fireplace, right? No, it's just not fair. It's not fair. It's biblical. It's biblical. You know, it's kind of the parable of the vineyard owner who hired his workers that start at the beginning of the day and paid them their daily wage. Then he hired workers at noon. Lunchtime, went out and hired some more workers at 3. Then hired a bunch of workers at 4 p.m. They knocked out at 5 p.m. And so as they were getting their money, you know, the 5 p.m. workers, the 4 p.m. workers came in, they got a full day's wage, right? The 3 p.m. workers came in, they got a full day's wage. The noon workers came in, they got a full day's wage. So all the other people that have been there all day, they come to the vineyard owner and they're thinking, well, surely I'm going to be paid double of what I'm supposed to get. The vineyard owner says, here you go, daily wage. And the guy's going, what's up with this? How come you paid those guys? The guy that only worked an hour the same as me. And he says, it's not your money, it's my money. It's mine to do with it what I want. Are you begrudging my ability to be generous? I gave you what you were promised. I gave you what you were promised. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You know, when I see people working and they're gutting it out and they're making the dials and they're doing, it's like, what can I do to help them out more? How can I put more fuel in that fire, right? So, I mean, that's just the way it goes down. Andy Albright does it all the time. I do it because Andy Albright does it, okay? Don't begrudge my generosity to other people. But that's not fair. What's not fair? Tell me what's not fair, right? We showed you an opportunity, you took advantage of it at some level. You made some kind of commitment. I don't know what it is because I just, you know, I only see what I see when what you do, you know, but then I see other people doing more. I see other people doing stuff and I want to be more generous with them. So what's not fair? You know, do you begrudge my generosity to other people? So anyway, that's how it goes down, right? So how do I know you believe this business for you? I don't know, show me, man, don't snow me. Show me, don't snow me. So here's the, here's, you know, the bottom line is, man, it can work for you. It will work for you, I promise you, if you put the work in and you get around the system, plug into the system, take advantage of the system, take advantage of everything that we have available to you. You talk to me all the time, and then you show me what you're doing. You show me that you're all in, right? And then, you know, let's build it together, and I'll work with you on it. So let me show you what's going on with the Facebook recruiting thing that I'm doing. And it's what Andy Riddle's doing. And it's starting to really get, starting to go crazy. It took a while. But patience is everything in the social media world. That's also why our lead system is we're starting to get leads flowing. Now it's getting the quality of the leads that we're looking for. And it's all, we got to be patient. It's one thing I've learned. So you guys saw the numbers I shared with, oh, come on, really? Man, I hate this when I have nothing to grab onto. Okay. So when you look at the results, this is as of the beginning of October. Yeah, October. So this is the entire results. So I've totally spent almost $700, which is not a lot compared to what I was doing with ZipRecruiter. So on this ad, I've got 31 responders, people that went through the questionnaire. Okay, it's a funnel. So a funnel is a bunch of questions. Are you licensed? Are you willing to get licensed? Where do you live, etc.? Why are you interested in our business? Leads, training, product. They answer the funnel question and then they book an appointment. So out of 31 responders, and I had, this is not since the beginning of October, this is on the last 2 weeks after it started kicking in. A lot of these results came in the last week. So I got 11 licensed people out of 31 responders on this ad. This ad, I got 32 responders and 14 are licensed, right? And this ad, I've got 24 responders and only 3 licensed. So this is where, you know, I'm going to examine this ad, what it says, and there's, you know, the bid strategies are a little bit different on some of these. But the results, look at the cost per lead, $6.89, $6.68, $8.94. You're buying these resumes, licensed resumes for $20 from the Alliance, right? I can't tell you how much it costs. ZipRecruiter was more expensive than this. See, again, this is what Riddle's doing. He's averaging about $2,500 a month. Like I'm not even close. I haven't even done it in a month. So I made $700 in a couple weeks, you know. And maybe your budget, and you can put a budget on this. So maybe your budget's $100 a week or $50 a week. We can get you the same results by setting you up, okay? But I had to test it out myself, and it's rocking. This is social media marketing, baby. This is what Facebook does. And if it works like this on recruiting leads, guess what it'll do on final expense leads or mortgage protection leads? I suspect that we're going to have results. I don't know if it's going to be this cheap. You know, I think it might be more expensive, but it's not going to be as expensive as what we're paying for Bang Bang leads. You know, once we perfect the recruiting side of this recruiting funnel system, this is incredible, right? And then these are my responders. These are the prospects. 80 prospects. Check this out. Build our responders. So when you think about 80 prospects, oh, 97. Wow. Anyway, so this is an example of a responder. Okay, she's not licensed, but she's willing to get her license. Okay, so I have my recruiting staff interviewing those people that aren't licensed. Now let's see about this dude. Yes, licensed. Yes, willing to get a license. He's already licensed. He's looking for leads. State of Texas, right? So this is the funnel system that we're using that's working. And it's a machine. And we'll get you hooked up if you want. And it's working. And then our lead program's working, things are working. Again, but you know, I can't twist your arm. Again, going back to the idea, do you make people or do you find them? Okay. I lean 75% you find people. You find the right people. Then go through the numbers, find the right people. And 25% is you make people. I think part of the both thing is you find the people and then you create an environment from which they can grow. Create the fertile soil that you can plant that seed and be the person that they need to be to take advantage of our system. It's only going to be a few people. It's going to be few out of the many. That's just how it works. You know, it's only going to be a few out of the many. It's kind of like the sower and the seed, right? The sower throws seed out, Part of the seed lands on hard rock. You know, the birds come and eat up the seed. It doesn't even have a chance to set, right? Part of the seed goes into, what is it, rocky ground, right? Where the roots go down, but it doesn't go down far enough, and the sun burns it up. So they don't receive the seed, the word, and it doesn't go into their hearts. Some of the seed goes into the weeds, and they try to grow, but the weeds constrain them and strangle them. The influences of negative people strangle them. They start believing what other people say about them, and it strangles them to where they're done, they're toast, right? But then some of the seed falls on good soil, where it can grow and you know, 20, 40, 100-fold growth, right? So is it the seed, the quality of the seed, right? The quality of the word? Or is it, what kind of soil are you? Are you the stone path? Are you the rocky ground? Are you full of weeds? Or do you have a fertile heart to receive the word and let it multiply in you, you know, 20, 40, 100-fold? Or is it 30, 60, 100-fold? I don't recall, okay? Are you the good seed? Are you the good soil, right? Are we putting in the message into the right people? So it's a 25% proposition, isn't it? 1 out of 4 is biblical. And so when you recruit people, it's probably going to be the same thing. 1 out of 4, they're going to be the good soil that the seed grows in. That's why you got to go through numbers of people. Even on sales, 25% close rate on whatever leads. That's pretty darn good. But you got to go through the numbers to get to that 25%. All right? I mean, this is all biblical, man. God put this in place, man. The rules of how success works are God's laws of success. If you take advantage of it and you internalize it, and you take advantage of our system that I just showed you, man, it'll work for you. But you got to believe, man. And then you got to back up that belief with action. And then you got to back up that action with perseverance. The perseverance of action is what will lead you to glory. Seriously, perseverance. Perseverance, no matter how hard it gets, that will lead you to the glory that awaits you. Does that make sense? It's not easy, but it's worth it. Got that? It's not easy, but it's worth it. And I'm here to help. The Alliance is here to help. Andy Albright's here to help you take advantage of this incredible system. And ours is unique, honestly. Even though we're part of integrity marketing, the Alliance is unique. And I'm just a small cog in the wheel to help you, but you've got these 3 great organizations that is behind you, backing you up financially, backing you up with the knowledge. Now you provide the work, and we'll turn that work into skill, all right? So man, do you believe? I challenge you, do you believe? Don't snow me, show me by your actions. Show me that your actions merit, right? Merit the investment that we all can make in you, all right? With our time, money, and emotion. Like, step up, man, step up. You can do it, man, you can do it. Don't let all the naysayers, don't let the weeds pull you down, right? Don't let the birds come and pick you up off the rocky path, you know, the stone path, right? Don't let the sun burn you into a crisp, you know, because you didn't take advantage of the full opportunity and your roots only went down a little bit into the soil, okay? Take advantage of it, man. I'm here to help. So rock on, God bless. Let's make this week a great week. Karen Musil already turned in $10,000 in IULs, 4 applications. She's killing it. Man, this thing's working, gangs. God bless you. We'll talk at you later.